The outstanding first half has not appeared for the second half. He did get a bang late in the first half. I noticed he limped out of a challenge towards the end of the first half. Right is off, but just for the moment, Liverpool have the ball inside the Everton half. The flag's gone up over on the far side for offside. So Steve Nicol, that most versatile of players, has slotted into the centre of the defence alongside the goal scorer Nick Tanner. Steve McManaman, the 19-year-old, who had a bad bout of flu over Christmas, he's come on and he's playing on the left-hand side in Nicol's position. So Everton now near side with Beagrie. Beagrie back to Alan Harper. Harper right-footed, trying to get that one into the Liverpool penalty area. It's going to run away from Peter Beardsley, and that's a goal kick to Liverpool. Now the Everton side today: Neville Southall, Matthew Jackson, Dave Watson, Martin Keown, Alan Harper, Robert Varshika, John Ebrell, Mark Ward and Peter Beagrie, Peter Beardsley and Maurice Johnston. The two substitutes, Pat Nevin and Stuart Barlow. Tony Cottee out with an injury. Liverpool: Bruce Grobbelaar, Rob Jones, Steve Nicol, Nick Tanner and Gary Ablett, Ray Houghton, Jan Molby, Michael Thomas and Steve McManaman, Dean Saunders and Mike Marsh. The flag has gone up again for offside, this time Varshika over on the far side. Everton offside and frustrated, and that's going to be a free kick to Liverpool, and for the first time in the second half, here's Denis Law.
Well, Mike, I hope we get as good a game in the second half as we had in the first half, which I thought was probably one of the best derby games I've seen for many years. And I mean that on the football side. I think that both sides have played extremely good football. And Everton probably feel a little bit unfortunate to be one down at half-time, because for certainly the last 20 minutes of the first half, they had most of the play. They had a couple of good opportunities, and then went one down to, which looked to me a bit of a scrappy goal. But an excellent football game.
The goal was turned in by Nick Tanner, his first for Liverpool, following a corner. Everton tried to clear it off the line, but it had crossed the line. And now Liverpool playing from left to right with the commanding figure of Jan Molby. And Liverpool still pressed down that left-hand side with Marsh. Marsh turns it back for McManaman. McManaman forward for Molby. And that's offside as Southall saves with his legs at the near post. Aye, the flag's going up a fair number of times just at the moment. But Liverpool offside, following that good little bit of play there involving Steve McManaman, who has been playing down the centre this season with Dean Saunders, but Marsh is staying up there and McManaman playing over on that left-hand side. Clearance by Southall and headed on by Johnston, not firmly enough though to the far side, and Ablett gets a clearance. Remember, no David Burrows today in the Liverpool defence. Ablett has come in, and now Everton. Beardsley just can't get that one down under control, and Steve Nicol's there, back again to Bruce Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar points and shouts, and the roar goes up from the Everton supporters. I think they think he's time wasting, and Grobbelaar kicks to the near side, looks for Saunders and finds him. Saunders back to Jones, and now Thomas coming into the game for the first time in the second half. Michael Thomas, of course, the big signing from Arsenal. Nick Tanner just short of the halfway line, left-footed and long. Lovely play by Marsh, volleys it over to the far side to Steve McManaman, taking on Jackson. McManaman almost got that through for Marsh in the area, but a good stretch by Dave Watson at the back for Everton, and the ball is back inside the Liverpool half. They could have given that back to Grobbelaar, but they keep on going forward. Good thing too, Ablett, McManaman and Marsh, and now a return ball looking for McManaman. Dave Watson goes across, McManaman's in possession, close to the corner flag, rolls it into the area, and well spotted by Keown, and Steve McManaman's gone down injured. No, he's getting up, and the ball is out of play, and Liverpool have a throw, almost level with the edge of the penalty area, down the far side, the left-hand side. The ball is with Marsh. Marsh does well, gets it back to Ablett. McManaman looked as if he didn't want the ball then. He's given it back to Ablett and back again to Ablett. Now the spurt from Liverpool, and offside against McManaman, who made that run. The flag's gone up again for about the 6th time already in the second half. It's Everton 0, Liverpool 1.
And of course it's very difficult to play against Liverpool when they're leading you, and the way that Liverpool are knocking the ball about is just absolutely superb, which they used to do many, many years ago. And Everton will have to have everything to get back into the game. They've got to get a hold of the midfield, which I thought the midfield did extremely well in the first half. But if Liverpool can get another goal, then I'm afraid it's good night to Everton. And the way that Liverpool, the confidence that they are knocking it about, that is quite possible.
Another fine day on Merseyside, a mild afternoon here, end of the year, and what a way to finish the year in this part of the country. Everton and Liverpool 0-1. Liverpool have got the goal from Tanner, and Tanner's got the ball, but he's played it too short for Molby. Everton trying to get back into it. Beardsley, but he ran straight into Tanner, who recovered well there. and the ball is on the halfway line. And John Ebrell, that's a bit short for Keown. Everton just not getting their passing quite right, and they're giving it away again. And Marsh also trying to find McManaman down the far side. A rather obvious ball, won back by Everton. Ward now slips it wide down the right. Oh, and Ward is given the ball back again by Barshika, and he didn't want the ball, and he fires it angrily back towards the Polish player, so much so that the ball's gone out of play for a Liverpool throw-in just inside the Everton half. Liverpool, remember, at the start of the day in 5th place with 34 points, and that's 13 less than Manchester United, who of course have got that almighty game, Saunders offside, almighty game with Leeds tomorrow afternoon. The whole of that game is live on Radio 5. We have a repeat of our sports review of the year at 2:30, followed by full commentary on Leeds United against Manchester United. Neville Southall now in the Everton area, away to the right, clearing downfield. Tanner is well above Beardsley, and it's thumped back into the Everton half by Steve McManaman. Keown trying to get this ball to bounce, and Saunders is jostling him, and the linesman's flag goes over on the far side. Everton have the free kick. Keown backs away from Watson, and Watson prepares to deliver this inside the Liverpool half. Looks for the height of Beagrie. Beagrie against Jones. Neither player can claim it, and it comes out to Harper. Now Ward helps out Harper. Ward swings it to the far side of the field. Vashika has to come back a couple of yards to get it, and then clips it forward for Jackson, who's made a tremendous run. Jackson trying to pull this back for Everton. Grobbelaar's there inside the 6-yard area. Flaps a little bit, but holds onto it. Takes it away from Johnston's head, and then throws instinctively to the near side. But Thomas has given it away, and Thomas has another go now. Thomas down the Liverpool right, finds Marsh. Marsh lays it off early to Houghton, and that's a little bit too quick this time from Liverpool. Everton have got the players back, and Keown accurately finds Beardsley. Beardsley now for John Ebrell, and Everton now bringing Harper into the game on the left-hand side. Just a few too many passing movements here. Liverpool get half a block in, then Watson gets it forward. Johnston, it bounced a bit difficult, with a little difficulty for him on the edge of the area, and Steve Nichols there giving it back to Grobbelaar.
Well, Everton still trying to get back into the game, and it's a lovely move earlier on there. It was again the final pass from Jackson was much too near Grobbelaar, and of course he took it very easily. If he could pulled it back a little bit further, then it was Johnson and Beardsley there. But it just seems to be the final ball. They're doing extremely well on the flanks. Final ball's bad ball.
Martin Keown back inside the Everton half, gets the better of Mike Marsh, and Keown fires that into the Liverpool half, and Beardsley tried to lay that off for Ward, but it was well read by Molby, and now Liverpool trying to find McManaman down the far side. But a good challenge from the fullback Jackson. It goes off McManaman for an Everton throw. Latest scores, Oldham 2, Nottingham Forest 1 now. Oldham coming from behind. Ipswich 1, Blackburn 1. Ipswich equaliser at Portman Road. And in Scotland, St Johnstone 0, Hearts 2. That's got you up to date elsewhere. And Everton still with that throw-in down the far side, over on the right-hand side of the field. We've played 8 minutes of the second half. Liverpool scoring the goal. They lead 1-0 after 41.5 minutes. An unlikely source, Nick Tanner, the goal scorer. Full house, obviously, here at Goodison Park. All-ticket occasion. And a free kick to Liverpool now, just short of the halfway line. A Liverpool side now playing without their captain, Mark Wright, who got an injury late in the first half. Gary Ablett down that far side, Liverpool's left, deputising for Burrows. For Thomas. Thomas lays it on to Saunders. That's a hard one for Marsh to take in the air against Watson. And Everton now ought to get this one away, but they're getting in each other's way a little bit, and so much so the ball ends up back inside the penalty area with Neville Southall. Southall with I don't think that was intentional, a flatter clearance this time, and it misses out Beagrie completely, and it's going to be a Liverpool throw as soon as Graham Souness claps his hands down there, and I don't know whether that's at the referee or one of the players, but he's, as you would expect, on a day like this, very animated, Graham Souness, enjoying a Merseyside derby again at Goodison Park, and Liverpool just in front of him with Jones. Everton trying to get that one away. The ball has now gone out of play, and Everton get the throw. Alan Harper to take it. Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Tanner the goal scorer. 41.5 minutes gone in the game. Everton trying to equalise, but Liverpool winning it back, and Marsh for Saunders. Saunders tried to knock that one off straight away to the far side to McManaman, but he didn't really have quite enough beef in it. And now a chance for Everton as Barshika goes around the challenge from Ablett. He's got Ward on the right. Ward has a chance to cut this one back. He's just maybe taken too many touches of that one, gave it to Barshika, and by the time Barshika's shot came, it was blocked. And in the end, Harper from 25 yards thunders that one with a lot of power, but wide of Grobbelaar's right-hand post. And maybe it was just that crucial extra moment that Ward needed, which cost Everton.
Well, again, it was the move itself was excellent. Just the final ball. I mean, Ward on the right-hand side. I know it was a decent ball that he pulled back, but really he should have gone much more forward into the Liverpool penalty area, then pulled the ball back. I know it's easy up there saying that up here, Mike, because we never make any mistake. But that's really what he should have done, because when he pulled the ball back, it must have been something like 30 yards from goal, and therefore very difficult to score. It's much better if you get into the 6-yard box.
We have more scores coming in for you. Liverpool winning the ball back again, and Nichols got that on the edge of the area. And Notts County 1, West Ham 0 is now the latest score from Meadow Lane. And also Coventry have gone further ahead against Wimbledon. Wimbledon 0, Coventry 2. Coventry, of course, had a good win on Boxing Day. That was the latest in the First Division. And we have news from Scotland now that Aberdeen 2, Celtic 1 is the latest at Pittodrie. That's a big occasion. Aberdeen 2, Celtic 1 here on Merseyside. Liverpool 1 in front, but Everton trying their luck again down the left-hand side, close to the corner flag. John Everall is trying to turn with Michael Thomas. And this time Everall's been adjudged to have pulled back Michael Thomas, and Thomas has taken the free kick already and gets a round of applause as well from the Liverpool supporters as Jamie Redknapp, the other Liverpool substitute, does a little bit of warming up. The ball is with Grobbelaar. Comes right to the edge of the area, then hits that one high into the Everton half. Jackson easily beats Dean Saunders, and it's on the halfway line with Ward trying to get this ball under control. He needed his head as well to get that under control. He tried to find Johnston. Liverpool very well organised at the back. They're coping well without Mark Wright. And now Everton through Beardsley and Harper, two former Liverpool players. Beardsley allows that to go out of play for a throw to Everton just down below us on the left-hand side, halfway inside the Liverpool half. Thrown forward for Maurice Johnston. Johnston back to Beardsley. Now Beardsley's got 2 or 3 players in the area to look for here. It's with Beagrie. Beagrie's outnumbered by Liverpool men. He still has a chance though. He's close to the dead ball line. He's kept it in well, and then in the end he falls over the ball, and it's going to be a throw to Liverpool, but it's still deep inside their own half. And so many times they look for Mulvey's composure, but this time Mulvey makes an error, and Everton try to work their way into the penalty area. There's a little bit of a confrontation between Nicol and Beagrie, and it's going to be, after all that, and Vic Callow's just dusting things down, it's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool.
Well, of course, Nicol there was shielding the ball, wasn't he? And in a situation like that, Beagrie has got to go for it, and unfortunately caught Nicol, and therefore it was a bit of a skirmish, but really not intentional, I don't think.
I have to correct a First Division score. It is, in fact, a Wimbledon equaliser against Coventry, and not a second goal for Coventry, so things very different now. It's Wimbledon 1, Coventry 1. Robbie Earle was the goal scorer. Here, Everton trying to get on equal terms. And as Jones comes across to get in front of Alan Harper, the crowd howl for obstruction. But the referee, the man who matters, Vic Callow, says no. And we continue. And Liverpool just panic a little bit there. They don't find Dean Saunders. And you feel that Everton are just starting to get back into this, 14 minutes of the second half. And they have a throw-in, but Vic Callow, the referee, is pushing them back. Wonderful sounds now here at Goodison. The crowd, the home crowd, disappointed with the scoreline. A little bit more encouraged, though, by the amount of pressure the home side is starting to sustain in this second half. Nearly 15 minutes gone in the second half as Harper chips and tries to find Johnston. Tanner just gets above Johnston. Then Liverpool's Jones gives it away to Beagrie. Beagrie plays Johnston into trouble, though, with red shirts there. And now Liverpool have a chance to escape, but Houghton's going to try and accelerate out of his half, but he can't. He's just carried the ball out of play. Once again brings Graham Souness to his feet, making a signal to Saunders and Marsh, and Everton have got the throw. Taken by Harper, glanced on by Johnston. Beardsley can't get that one down against Tanner in the air. Everton really do need to get this ball to Feetfield against Tanner at the back, and again the ball's out of play. And again, Dennis, Souness is making signals to Dean Saunders. What do you think that might be about?
I really don't know. I mean, he's made so many signals over the last 20 minutes that it could be for anything. But you're right, Mike, in saying that Everton have got a tremendous amount of pressure. Liverpool are coping with it well, and in fact, they really are coping with it well, because Everton's final pass have been very scrappy indeed. They've had the pressure, but they really haven't made the openings.
Well, this is perhaps Everton's best period of the game. Can they make it pay with exactly half an hour to go? 15 minutes gone in the second half. Still, though, Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Elsewhere, Millwall 2, Plymouth 1 is the latest score, and Leyton Orient 3, Brentford 2. Big game in the third division. Here, now a chance for Liverpool to try and counter-attack. Looking to Saunders against Keown. Keown got there first, though, in the left full-back position. He's trying to turn that back to Southall. It looked as if it might be short, but then Southall came out and just picked up pace and got on that ball before Marsh could glide in. And Southall has the opportunity now to hit this one firmly back into the Liverpool half. Jones doesn't really deal with that in the right full-back position. Beagre's got it. He's being pressurised by Thomas. Now Beagrey has the ball at feet. He's got Jones and Thomas in the way. Plays it square for Ward, who allows the ball to run. And then Ward carries it across to the far side to Vashika. Now can Vashika hit in a good cross here? Beardsley heads it down. There's a chance for Johnston, and it's gone across the line. And Morris Johnston equalises for Everton. The pressure does indeed pay. And Morris Johnston, who played so many times in the Glasgow derby, of course, with Celtic and Rangers, in his very first Merseyside derby, has equalised here for Everton and brings Goodison Park to its feet. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. It's a goal from Mo.
Well, to be fair, you cannot really criticise any of the Everton team in the way that they've tried to come back, and no more so than Mo Johnson, who I thought has had probably his best game that I've seen him play for a long, long time. He's led the line well and thoroughly deserved that goal. And it's one that Everton had the pressure to do, but I just felt that the last ball was at times wayward. They didn't create anything, but that really was a superb goal.
I must confess I'm having problems hearing Dennis just at the moment. There is bedlam here now at Goodison Park. Everton, who played so much good football all season without perhaps getting the reward for it. They certainly sparkled against Sheffield Wednesday for at least an hour on Boxing Day. They didn't get a goal. Now they've got one through Morris Johnston, but they have to be careful as Liverpool retaliate down the far side through Steve McManaman. McManaman does well. He holds the ball up well for his team. Then plays it square for Mulby. Mulby, this is typical Liverpool, coming back now. Mulby, great run from Mulby. And then the shot straight at Southall. And that's typical Liverpool.
And good move again by Liverpool. And Mulby, who is, well, we all know he's such a superb player, such a calm player. Just give a dummy there. But we must also say that there was a good save from Southall.
That goal from Morris Johnston was Everton's 5,999th. They need one goal to become the first Football League club to score 6,000 times in the league.
Where do you
I said that just before Dennis because I knew he was itching to get that fact
I
out.
was just going to say, where do you dig up these facts from? Unbelievable.
Everton now. Beardsley looks for... Oh, just over the bar in the end as Everton go thumping in. I think it was John Ebrell just behind the post in front of me who timed the run beautifully, feeding off Beardsley, but then there was enough Liverpool pressure to make Ebrell go over the bar without effort.
You were just on the verge of saying that as their 6,000 goals.
And didn't Everton get me out of trouble well there as well? It saved me from having to respond to Denis Law's Trivial Pursuits question. The ball is back inside. It was in all the papers this morning. You obviously don't read your papers, too.
I was only testing you, Mike. We do read the papers up here in the north as well, you know.
So what have we got? 90 minutes of the second half. Tremendous stuff now. 1-1, Everton-Liverpool. And certainly Everton's second half. Beagrey down the left-hand side. It was a fine move which led to Johnston tucking it in close range. And Beagrey still trying to go forward. He's blocked by Nicol. Tanner helps out Nicol. And Mulby looks for Houghton. Houghton for Saunders, who's playing deep. He's inside the Everton half. Now Liverpool play some good one-touch stuff. They're back where they started again, now on the halfway line, and Beardsley and Houghton tumble over. They get to the feet. Referee Vic Callow watches and then allows Everton to continue. A long ball forward is headed down by Johnston, and Beagrey takes control down the left-hand side. Houghton comes in and slips the ball neatly away from Beagrey, but can't stop the ball going out for an Everton throw-in. And it's been taken already. Everton up here now, having equalised. They're with Watson in the centre circle. Watson straight to the far side it goes to Jackson. And now Ward. Ward wearing that number 10 shirt, which has been occupied so many times this season by Kevin Sheedy. No Sheedy today. Ward's out there, the little man in midfield, battling well, and Liverpool again have to defend on the edge of the area. And Beagrey's gone away from Houghton. but Beagrie this time can't get through because Jones is there. Beagrie still gets the cross in, and Grobbelaar holds a very awkward cross with Varshika racing in over on the far side, and Grobbelaar in one movement finds Steve McManaman. McManaman now supported by Molby. Some rare Liverpool possession down that far side of the field. Molby looks for McManaman. McManaman very tight to the line down the far side. Then a real good burst here from him. But the ball in the end was just a little bit short for Marsh. Still Liverpool pick up the loose possession. And it's with Ablett. Ablett turns it in. That's a bad cross, though, from Ablett. Denis Law groans alongside me because he knew that Ablett didn't give his striker a chance. But now Liverpool again have a chance with Marsh. And Marsh tried a very delicate little flick, but he rather stood on the ball too much. And it didn't squirt through for Molby. Liverpool back inside their own half again. And they've given it away. Oh, no, Ward. He almost sent Johnston through there, but a fine interception by Michael Thomas. And it is really fever-pitch stuff. It's going very quickly from one side to another. Somebody down there perhaps just needs to cool things a little, but the crowd are loving it. We played 21 minutes. Everton are back in this game now at 1-1.
It is exciting stuff, and again, it's Liverpool broke away so well on the left-hand side, and again, supposing the excitement of it, Ablett just rushed his pass because Saunders was completely free at the far post.
A second Notts County goal against West Ham. Notts County 2, West Ham 0 is the latest there. Paul Harding has scored in the city of Nottingham. Here, the city of Liverpool, watching this all-Merseyside occasion again. Of course, the 146th First Division derby between Everton and Liverpool, and it's 1-1. And Liverpool, who've been drawing too many matches, they've drawn the last two, they've drawn too many matches all season, to be fair, don't want to draw this one. They want to win, but Everton, just at the moment, have the upper hand with Ebrel and Ward in the centre of midfield. And now the fullback, the right fullback, Jackson, down that side. Jackson with one for Varshika to chase. I don't think the pole's going to get there, but Ablett has to put it away for a throw-in. And Varshika's claimed it and throws it back into space for Mark Ward. A chance for Ward to cross. He looks for Beagrie. Houghton comes back, but Beagrie wins it in the air. It's behind Beardsley. Johnston with the shot. Hits the post. Maurice Johnston's hit the post. Liverpool scramble it away, but a chance for Varshika now in the area to cut this one back. Still Varshika. Back to Ward. Ward deflected. And Liverpool trying to prevent that going out for a corner kick. They do it through Ray Houghton. Maurice Johnston so close to putting Everton in front with his second goal of the game. That would have been goal number 6,000, but it wasn't. And Liverpool now breaking. Over on the far side, Dean Saunders, back to Marsh, out of play, Alan Green.
Well, who's going to take it? Cracking derby, cracking game. And, you know, thinking about the scorelines elsewhere, Sheffield Wednesday losing, Arsenal drawing, Liverpool drawing here at Goodison. It's a good day, I would say, for both Leeds United and Manchester United at the top of the First Division. 37,691, the attendance here at Goodison. There isn't much room. Law's put on some weight over Christmas. Throw in to Everton on the far side. Played back to Watson. He chips it forward. Johnston goes for it, headed away by Nicol for Liverpool. To the far side. Marsh to Saunders. McManaman now moving up front alongside Saunders, I've noticed over the last few minutes, with Marsh dropping back into midfield. Nicol for Liverpool, midway inside his own half. Back to Grobbelaar, out to Nicol again. Cool head Steve Nicol. Now to Jan Molby. Still the most cultured player in the Liverpool midfield, and I would have thought the most cultured player in both midfields today. When he gets the ball, he always looks as if he's got plenty of time to play it. It's now hit long for Liverpool. McManaman rises, easily headed away by Keown. So Rob Jones up in the air for Liverpool once more, knocks it down to Steve Nicol, driven forward but beyond Saunders, and it just rushes through to Neville Southall inside the Everton penalty area. 21 minutes left for play. Everton won through Maurice Johnston, Liverpool won through Nicky Tanner in this Merseyside derby that has been unrelenting in terms of pace and passion and excitement. I always gauge the way games are going here by the two Everton fans who sit to my left. They were hysterical when the equaliser went in, but I still sense a certain anxiety on their faces, Dennis.
Always is in derby games. They obviously don't want to get beaten by the opposition, i.e. the Liverpool and the Liverpool fans. But we must say that Liverpool have had their moments in the second half. but we must say that Everton have been the dominating team and thoroughly deserve to get the equalising goal. And very, very unfortunate when Johnston linked up with Beardsley he actually side-footed the ball. It must have been 20 yards to hit the post, and I'm sure that Southall Grobbler would have been disappointed if he considered that.
Here's McManaman, edge of the penalty area, cuts inside the box, then he falls over, unfortunately, and Everton clear. I say unfortunately, there's no bias intended, unfortunately for Liverpool. Everton in possession on the far side. Some scorelines to give you from elsewhere in the First Division. Dwight York has made it Aston Villa 2, Southampton 0. It's Sheffield United 0, Crystal Palace 1, Marco Gabbiadini, and Spurs 2, Norwich 0, Gary Lineker for Tottenham. Aberdeen 2, Celtic 2, I'm hearing from Pataudry. 1 goal each here at Goodison Park. 19 minutes left for play. Liverpool with a throw-in on the near side of the field. Rob Jones, once of Crewe. He started the season with Crewe, and now he's playing here in this frantic Merseyside derby. Beardsley skips forward, gets an unlucky touch to Beardsley off Tanner, and it falls to Mulby. Excellent pass by Mulby to Marsh inside the centre circle. Saunders waits to make the break, and Marsh doesn't give it to a red shirt. Gives it straight to Beagrie, near side. The opposite number 11, Michael Thomas, gets a foot in, deflects the ball away, but Everton get it back to Neville Southall. Liverpool won here, 3-2 in the corresponding game last season. Barnes, who scored one of the goals, is in the press box today. Beardsley, who scored twice, is now wearing blue. There's Beardsley's touch there, but he couldn't get it to a fellow Evertonian. Finds Rob Jones instead for Liverpool. Wide to Houghton on the Liverpool right. Infield to Thomas, courtesy of a deflection. Thomas tries to set Jones free. The interception is made by Harper. Forward to Beardsley. Lovely touch to Ward. And the ball's played now. Bashika moving into the penalty area. Wants to get it into a shooting position. Now it turns, needs a cross. Flick towards Maurice Johnston. Houghton heads it clear. It's going to fall on the far side to Mark Ward, who waits as if he wants to leave it for a throw-in. Now he takes up possession. Curls the cross in. Nicol heads it away before Johnson can get a touch. Harper should pick it up near side. Everton left. Back to Keown. 18 minutes left for play. 1 goal each. Johnston, the Everton goal scorer. Wide to Harper on the left. Forward to Beagrie. Nicol goes with Beagrie. Shepherding him, moving him closer to the touchline. Beagrie does well. Gets it back to Harper. Infield to Beardsley. The layoff he hoped would find Johnston. It didn't. Instead it found temporarily a red shirt. And now Liverpool can just pull it down a little bit because they've got a free kick for offside on the far side of the field against Varshika. But an inspired spell of Everton possession play.
I was just going to say, Alan, I've never seen Liverpool under pressure for the last 5-10 minutes like they have been in this game, and it really has just been a matter of a bit of luck for them that they haven't conceded a second in bad passing by Everton or final ball.
Here's Beardsley into the penalty area, shoots low left-footed. Grobbelaar gets his body behind it, and his arms clutch the ball through his chest. Snappy little moves from Peter Beardsley. Scored 4 times here last season, all of them for Liverpool. Long clearance by Grobbelaar. Keown knocks it back, headed down by Tanner towards Marsh on the far side. Everton almost made an interception through the fullback Jackson. 2 scorelines to give you. Notts County 3, West Ham 0. Tony Agana for Notts County, and it's Leicester 2, Southend 0 in the second division. Portsmouth 4, Middlesbrough 0 at Fratton Park. Cool with the goal for Portsmouth. Throw into Liverpool on the far side. 16 minutes left for play. The lights burning through the atmosphere here at Goodison Park. Ball played long forward by Mulby. Careless pass, rare one from the Dane. Everton have possession. Beagrie just rushes through a couple of challenges. Johnson tries to knock it forward. Interception by Liverpool through Tanner. Thomas goes in hard. Keown looks to the referee as if that's surely a foul, but he still has the ball, Keown. Play allowed to continue. Johnston now being hustled out of it by Nicol. McManaman brings it clear. Everill's pulling at McManaman's shirt. Surely the referee spots that. Finally he blows his whistle. Perhaps he just feels, Dennis, that he can't get his whistle heard in this atmosphere.
Well, I think everything's been so hectic, isn't it? And you might be right. The noise is absolutely tremendous that sometimes the players are not hearing them.
Manchester City 1, Arsenal 0. I'm hearing from Main Road. David White with a very important goal. Keeps City in the hunt. But Arsenal lagging behind the leaders. Free kick for Liverpool, taken by Jones, headed on by McManaman. Out comes Southall. It's his ball. And he just stands still for the moment and waves the blue shirts forward. The red shirts retreat, marking up. Southall clears, right-footed. Johnston heads it on. He hoped that Beardsley would be there. Beardsley wasn't. Instead, it was Rob Jones. He gives it to Grobbelaar, and Grobbelaar thinks about giving it to the full-back again. Everton fans think he's wasting time. There isn't much time to waste. Quarter of an hour left. 1 goal each in the Merseyside derby. Ward for Everton. Wide to the far side, Jackson. Back now to Watson, and all the way back to Neville Southall. Southall clears. It wasn't such a good clearance. Very low. Knocked back by Houghton, but I'm afraid Saunders wasn't alert to what was going on. He turned his back on the play. Watson was there, and he gives it to Southall once more. And Southall lifts his right hand. He says, I'm terribly sorry about that clearance, so I'll make a better job this time. It is a much better job. The clearance almost found Peter Beardsley. Ward goes in there. Now it drops to Beardsley. Back to Erbel. Swept wide to Beagrie. Beagrie's header in field, a little rushed. And Liverpool still no struggle to get the ball. Johnston. Good touch by Johnston towards Jackson. Full-back Jones was in quickly. Forward to McManaman. McManaman, not for the first time actually since he's come on, stumbles, loses his footing, but Liverpool have the ball. Mulvey's then brought down by Peter Beagrie. Mark Ward shouts, well, I won't say abuse at the referee, but it was an unfriendly comment. Rather lucky to get away with it with this referee.
Well, he might have said it was a foul, ref, and I entirely agree with you. He might have done.
Free kick to Liverpool. A foot in, side Everton territory. Clip forward to the near side and Rob Jones on the Liverpool right. Oh, it's all a little bit tight, but they keep possession. Mulvey chips it long. McManaman chases close to the corner flag. Thinks about hitting it first time. Now he collects the ball rather more carefully. Turns away from the defender. That's good play by McManaman. Back to Jones, edge of the box. Jones a little hesitant to make his run forward. Everton get in the tackle and bring the ball clear. It's swept to the far side. Good pass that was. Jackson's got plenty of players forward in blue shirts. Ward with a layoff. Varshika on the Everton right. Beardsley makes the run. Johnston lurks in the edge of the penalty area. The 1-2 played by Jackson. Push on Varshika. No, says the referee. Everton wanted a penalty. They didn't get it. Let me tell you the scores elsewhere quickly. Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0. Actually, it's Aston Villa 2, Southampton 0. Luton 2, Chelsea 0. Manchester City 1. As Saunders almost got a chance through inside the penalty area, but Southall was alert to the danger. Gets the ball. The danger is past. The scores: Manchester City 1, Arsenal 0, Notts County 3, West Ham 0, Oldham 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Mark Ward's being spoken to by the referee. There's a surprise. Is he being booked? We'll see in a moment. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sheffield United 1, Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham 2, Norwich 0, Wimbledon 1, Coventry 1, and in the second division, Ipswich 1, Blackburn 1, Portsmouth 4, Middlesbrough 0. In Scotland, it's 2 each, Aberdeen and Celtic. 1-1 here, 1-1 here. As Liverpool attack, McManaman inside the box. His shot is blocked. Tremendous saving tackle that by Martin Keown, and Everton escape.
Well, they've had a couple of lucky escapes, really. I thought Watson got away with murder, actually, and just before, a couple of minutes ago, when he was actually ball watching and let Saunders in.
What a pressure cooker here at Goodison. The lid's going to come off over the next 12 minutes. Varshika on the far side. Tackled unfairly, says the referee. Free kick to Everton. 6 yards from the corner flag. Alan Shearer has pulled a goal back for Southampton at Villa Park. It's now Villa 2, Southampton 1. Vic Callow stands where he wants the free kick taken. There's a pillar that obscures my view on the far side, but I can just about see the ball. Now, it must be 6 yards from the corner flag, so it's rather better than a corner for Everton. Now they've got Watson and Keown ready to meet it. It's chipped high. Keown rises, gets his head to the ball. Magnificent clearance off the line by Liverpool. Ray Houghton. Wonderful clearance. I didn't think it was possible.
Well, considering the size of him, he's not the tallest guy in the world, and really that was a marvellous save because the header from Keown looked as though it was going in. One thing has happened with Liverpool in this second half, they certainly miss Wright, who had a marvellous first half. They miss him.
Beagrie takes another corner. This one's rather more comfortably headed away for Liverpool by Nicol. Picked up by Beagrie again, near side. Everton left, flicked in. Beardsley heads it on. Grobbelaar's under pressure. Ball is behind over his crossbar, and there was some pushing anyway by the fullback, Matthew Jackson. It's just a little bit frantic. Tremendous game. 1 goal each. Marsh for Liverpool down the far side, their left. Ward is tackling back. Ward gets there and gives the ball back to loud applause from the Everton fans. Back to Neville Southall. Early clearance from Southall. Beardsley hassling on the near side. Gets a right foot touch to the ball. Back to the full-back, Harper. Harper plays a rather untidy 1-2 with Beagrie. Now hoofs it forward. Johnston is onside. 3 red shirts converge on the ball as well, though. Jones, has he pushed Johnston? Well, I think the free kick's been awarded to Everton, but there wasn't much in that.
Not at all, no, it didn't look anything at all. It was 2 players absolutely jumping for the ball, and I was very surprised that the referee has given a foul.
Well, he's given it. I'm not saying he's caught up in the atmosphere, but it's very hard to resist it. This kind of pressure. There's always pressure in a Merseyside derby. Expect it. The free kick is a couple of yards to the left of the Liverpool penalty area. We've got 8 minutes left for play. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. The former Liverpool player, Beardsley, hooks the ball into the penalty area towards the far post, but it's beyond his players and goes behind for a goal kick. It's still anybody's game, though, Dennis, because while Everton have pushed forward relentlessly in this second half, Liverpool continue to look dangerous on the break.
Very much so, and it has been that in the second half, where Everton have done most of the running. And just 5 minutes ago, as I say, Watson got away with murder, really, because he was ball watching. Let Saunders in.
Here's Beardsley, edge of the penalty area, has to control it. Great shot by Beardsley, excellent save by Grobbelaar. The ball was bubbling, very awkward for the Everton striker to get such a good strike, and it was really exceptional.
It's very difficult to say anything, isn't it, before somebody has a shot and goal.
Ball played forward again by Everton. Ward back to Johnston. Ward again near side. Johnston goes for the return down the left. Gets it. Nicol comes across. Johnston waits, puts it on his right foot. Hooks it back to Ward. The fullback Harper's available. So too is John Everett, 35 yards from goal. Beardsley, Johnston, Beardsley again. Chance here for Mashik inside the box. Out comes Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar touches it away and then dives on it in relief.
Again, I keep only saying it was a marvellous move again. Lovely touch by Beardsley. Unlucky for Bashika. He just slipped at that so important moment and allowed Grobbelaar to come out.
McManaman for Liverpool. Thomas and Saunders available. McManaman runs at the defence. He's inside the penalty area but tumbles over. Kyung, who's had an immaculate game for Everton at the back, brings it forward, plays a neat 1-2. Now he wants a more forward-thinking player to help him. He keeps on going and he does exceptionally well because he wins a throw-in in the near side of the field. We're going to have a substitution. Nevin for Beagrie. 7 minutes left for play. Pard Kendall telling Pat Nevin what he wants. Oh no, well actually they brought the 11 out and Beagrie's being told to stay on. It's Farshika's coming out. Colin Harvey is definitely holding an 11 there.
Yes, I was just going to say if Beagrie had gone off the field, it wasn't obviously for his play because I think he's had a marvellous game, and I said maybe he was tired, but of course it's Farshika's come on. 6 minutes to go. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. Harper's throw beyond Beagrie, skips off the right foot of Rob Jones. Another throw to Everton. They gain 20 yards. But almost level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area now. Harper throws towards Beardsley. Beardsley can't really control it, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. Remember, Manchester City are beating Arsenal at Main Road. Significant scoreline there. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Leeds and Manchester United are loving it, and Leeds and Manchester United to come on Radio 5 tomorrow afternoon. At 2:30 we'll have our review of the sporting year